Let's get to your man Agyemang, because second half there was I think a flashed Haiti free kick parried by Matt Freeze. The US continued to play it out the back with all the confidence of a baby giraffe taking faltering steps. A lot of Chris Richards and Tim Ream knocking it backwards and forwards. Not a lot of runners in the midfield, a lot of backwards passing. I do think if we find it hard to play out the back against Haiti, that's not so great. But it was open. Haiti had to get the win. I think Saudi Arabia scoring an equaliser meant Haiti had to go for it, left them ever more open, particularly as they got more gas down the stretch. Malik Tillman had 2 goals chalked off. We wanted a hero, and we found one. I'm not going to lie, it was a bit dark. We've talked about Agyemang. We've had you right leaving camp due to Achilles injury. Damien Downs not dressed because of his own injury. You and I talked yesterday about whether he'd thrive because of the confidence of being a lone option, a.k.a. the man, or whether he really needed a competition to drive him on. I don't know what you thought of his performance overall, but we do have to say hats off. 75th minute, latched onto a Tolkien pass, I think it was, from a quite tight angle. Rolled the ball home after rounding a keeper. Huge moment for him. I think he is so raw, a work in progress. There's no doubt he's dividing opinion amongst the fan base right now and in the chat. But what do you make of him, honestly, Clint?
Well, I mean, he gets chances. He gets chances every single game. Every single game you watch him, he gets opportunities to get goals. His goals per game ratio is up there with the best in terms of how he started out. Yeah, he's a little bit raw, but he fights hard. He presses. He does the dirty work. He holds people off. He brings other people into play. I think he's only going to get better, right? So, I mean, there's still so much potential there for him. And he's the one that's kind of helping leading the way with Tillman right now in terms of the goal production rate. So, looking forward to seeing how rest of this Gold Cup plays out. 2
comments from the chat which kind of capture the polarization of Agyemang. David Meyer, good evening to you, sir. In the chat says, Agyemang with 5 goals in 9 games. He's not your prototypical well-polished forward. That's why some folks are flummoxed, but you can't deny his goal rate and how his size poses headaches for defences. Baransky, meanwhile, says, Agyemang, really 4 goals. I know he gets credit for Luna's, but no skill or effort of his went into that. His passing accuracy is bad. He's indecisive. He's not fast when he needs to be, etc. I was actually watching with my eldest son, who said that Agyemang looks like an Everton striker. He kept calling him American Beto, which I just love. But if you look at our depth chart right now, and once again, Clint Dempsey will tell me 5 goals in 9 appearances for the US is quite good. The depth chart, Balogun, Pepe, Josh Sargent's going to be in there, maybe not. Damien Downs still floating around. Hadji right, obviously. Where's Agyemang for you right now?
I mean, he's got to be up towards the top, if we're being honest, in terms of his goals per game ratio. But if you're talking about like a true striker and what he can give you, for me, even though this player has been hurt a lot and hasn't been into camp, I like Balogun. What I saw in Copa America, his ability to shoot with both feet, create his own chances, get on the end of things, the pace that he has. There was just a lot of quality there for me. He has a great first touch. But he's been hurt. So it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It's what are you doing lately? And right now, the man who's doing it for us is Agyemang.
We talked about the striking depth chart. I think you know what I mean. He is pushing for that 3rd slot, that 3rd striker slot. You could make the case just as a raw, game-changing prospect. He's not going to be our starter. But that 3rd slot, which Hadji Wright actually took, a late surprise arrival in 2022, it could be.
So Raj, who would you say? Would you say Balogun, Pepe, Agyemang? Like, what do you mean? What would be your top 3?
I know you love Balogun. I mean, you should say why, because one of us is an elite goal scorer and one of us is, just a man who just bald and wears glasses. I love Ricardo Pepe. I love him as a human being. I love him as a finisher. So I would like to think, and obviously both have suffered with terrible injuries. So again, you can't control that either. But Poch clearly does not want Josh Sargent in this squad. It would be very, very... I don't know how he brings him back. He's got so many of those quite political problems, some of his own making. I adore Hadji and see him as a very versatile footballer. But I mean, Agyemang as that kind of wild card third player, you could make the case. How do you see it, Clint?
No, I agree with you with exactly what you said. I mean, you can't deny what Sargent was doing for Norwich in England. I mean, he was on fire. But I think the weight of the jersey, for some reason, when he comes into camp, it just doesn't work out for him. I don't know. When's the last time that he scored in a U.S. jersey? He has all the ability to be that number 9, but for some reason, I don't know why, but when he has that jersey, it seems like it's too heavy for him. I would like it not to be the case because of how well he's played at Norwich. And for Haji Wright, it looked like it was going to be an opportunity this Gold Cup to kind of fight with Agyemang for that spot, and we were looking forward to seeing that fight and see who was going to emerge as the number 9, and we weren't able to have that because of the Achilles injury. So I agree with you. Those are kind of the top 3 guys. I think Balogun, Pepe, and Agyemang right now, unless something changes.
Shout out to the great Daryl DK also, who, God, I just wish a healthy run. On only great things for. I think Josh Sargent's last goal for the USMNT national team was in 2019, which is just
wild.
so hard to fathom.